involving other vehicle 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you enjoyed a little bit of rain yesterday, any more today?
No more today. It is temporary as we expected. A cold front pulled through, but following that front, temperatures dropped quickly, allowing some dense fog to form. And take a look outside right now in downtown Utica. You could be seeing this in your morning commute, and it is dense in some spots. I do recommend budgeting a few extra minutes heading to work this morning. It's not widespread. For example, heading south of the Mohawk Valley into the hills, for example, New Hartford area, and to the south even more. It's clear skies. So this is mainly valley fog. And primarily in the Mohawk Valley as well as parts of the southern valley. So it's a heads up right now, near zero visibility in some locations for the early hours today. But temperatures are hovering in the upper 40s to mid 40s down in Hamilton with dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Radar is only picking up on that inversion taking place due to that sudden drop in temperature following that front. Next 12 hours show temperatures warmer than yesterday, into the 70s by this afternoon, low 70s, upper 60s, with plenty of sunshine. A great Thursday. Overall, we're expecting a great Friday, but will that stick around into the weekend? We'll have the latest details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. North Carolina officials say critical supply.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning on this Thursday. After some rain showers yesterday, the rain departed and conditions dried up. With the clear skies moving in, it allowed patchy, dense fog to form over pretty much parts of the area. Not widespread. Heading up into the hilltops, usually the skies are pretty clear early this morning. 43-degree start to the day in Old Forge, 50 in downtown Utica with that fog still moving through the area. Heading down into Cooperstown, foggy start, temperature sitting at 50 degrees as well. And lastly, fog developing in Oneonta with a temperature of 48 degrees. So these are the conditions out there early this morning. No incidents to report of on our traffic tracker early today. But again, this morning, watch out for areas of patchy, dense fog. Budget a few extra minutes in your morning commute. Following that, as we head throughout the afternoon, we'll see a lot more in terms of sunshine. It'll be a great afternoon. Highs upper 60s, low 70s. Great outdoor weather. Potentially get in some last-minute grilling for this season, because following the next 4 days, we'll see temperatures we've been used to for the past few weeks in the 70s or so, down into the potential 50s by next week. Gary?
Those hot dogs ready.
I had some yesterday. It was hot dog season. At least the final days of hot dog season.
They had to be good, too. Eric, thanks. Now to a consumer alert. Hannaford is...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get to the forecast, I want to talk about something that, I try to bring in some bright news into the mornings every day, but I want to emphasize the gravity of what happened in the southeast from Hurricane Helene. The latest numbers came in, and so a lot of us remember the Hurricane Katrina, the death toll over 1,000. Hurricane Helene is now the deadliest hurricane since Katrina, and there are still searches being done. That number is likely to change. So if you can, give prayers to those that are affected by this. I know some of you watching might have family that are in the affected areas, and my thoughts go out to you guys as well. It's a very, very scary situation a lot of folks are dealing with in the southeast. So again, thoughts are with the folks in the affected areas early this morning. But back to the forecast. Again, we're talking about areas of fog, dense fog. As we take a look in downtown Utica right now, temperature is sitting at 48 degrees in Rome. Refreshing humidity. It's a fall-like day today, and we'll see those temperatures going as high as the low 70s. Radar picking up on an inversion over much of our area, but aside from maybe some light drizzle from this fog, that's really about it with precipitation for today. That dense fog remains for most of the early morning. It begins to lift by the mid to late morning as those temperatures rise again from the 60s up into the 70s by this afternoon. Rainfall chances pretty much non-existent for the entire day today, and plenty of sunshine. A heads up as we head into tonight. We'll be seeing partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. It's going to be great for the potential of viewing the northern lights. We tracked a solar storm coming from the sun and expected to reach G3, which is not extremely intense, but enough to where if we get a direct hit from one of the CMEs that we could see a faint light glow way up in the sky from the northern lights. The bigger picture, high pressure is moving in following this cold front, and conditions after this morning turn sunny. Highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. Quiet conditions, partly cloudy to mostly clear tonight. Lows in the 40s, back up into the 60s and 70s for your Friday, with a chance of a late light sprinkle or shower overnight as another cold front moves over our area, creating cooler conditions for your Saturday. High of 69, but it's dry and it's sunny. Do you have any weekend plans? So far, it's looking pretty good. Maybe go out and check out some of the beautiful fall colors up in the North Country for this weekend, as it's right around peak season for most of the higher elevations. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:19. Still ahead on Sunrise
2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And 2 days of rain in a row?
No more rain today. We only had just one day of just cool, rainy, overcast skies. We got fog this morning. That's the only effect heading out the door this morning. Matter of fact, look outside in Utica right now. You can see that there is reduced visibility. I would recommend budgeting a few extra minutes on your morning commute today in case you encounter some pockets of a very dense fog with lowered visibility. Matter of fact, some spots reporting near zero visibility early today. But that cold front yesterday brought in some rain showers. The clouds exited, radiative cooling took place, allowing these foggy conditions to take shape over the area. But that's really the only weather story that could impact you today, because following that, we'll see a lot more in terms of sunshine, with temperatures initially in the 40s climbing into the 70s this afternoon. Radar dry, just picking up that inversion early today. But again, next 12 hours, upper 60s, low 70s. Great weather for the, at least by early October standards. And this will continue into tomorrow. We could be seeing the potential for northern lights for tonight, as well as what we can expect as we head into the weekend. We'll talk about all that and more in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. President Biden and Vice President Harris.
To you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
Welcome back, everyone. On this Thursday morning, we're taking a look at our photo of the day today, and this one takes us out to the west a little bit, but not too far, out near Verona Beach. This is where we got a photo of a beach visitor, the title submitted with this photo, and look at this great shot here. Now, it's a vertical photo, so it can't quite eclipse the entire scenery here. That was a great sunset. Along with, of course, the foreground showing, again, that I would say maybe he's photobombing, maybe not intentionally, but amazing photo right here. If you would like to submit a photo like this one, fall photos as well. I know we're entering peak fall foliage season in some parts of our area. Definitely send in those pictures of your neck of the woods. Include your name as well if you want. We'll give you credit, and of course showcase it right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise, and occasionally on News Channel 2 at noon. And also, on our social media posts on Facebook and other social media platforms. So again, get your publicity out. If you're an amateur or professional photographer, share your photos with us. This morning, it's a quiet start, aside from some areas of patchy, dense fog. 40s to start your day, climbing into the 70s by this afternoon. Gary?
Thanks. Scientists are calling it a mini moon.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We are starting out the day today with areas of patchy, dense fog following that yesterday's rainfall and overnight clear skies. Downtown Utica right now, again, reduced visibility, a heads up heading out the door this morning. And a reminder, I know it's something that you don't usually think people have to get reminded about, but definitely turn on your lights. Even if it's night out and it's foggy out, and I did encounter a few drivers this morning that lacked their headlights. So a heads up, it's reduced visibility, temperature sitting at 49 at downtown Utica, 49 at Rome, with refreshing humidity, dew point sitting at 48. Radar is dry. It's picking up radar blooms from the inversion taking place in our area as expected, with temperatures falling so quickly. And again, we're tracking dense fog for this morning. It'll lift as we head into the late morning to early afternoon, especially the outlying areas that still see that fog linger in the higher elevations. Throughout the day today, we'll see temperatures climb from the 40s and 50s up into the upper 60s, low 70s. Great outdoor weather today with no rain chances expected by the afternoon. Plenty of sun and quiet conditions. A heads up for those of you who are a fan of looking at the northern lights. We've tracked a solar storm coming from the sun at least a day or so ago. It takes a few days to get here, but for now, it's expected to be a G3 storm, which isn't intense, but it's enough to potentially cause faint sights of the northern lights up to the north. So again, it's faint. You might not see a whole lot. Better shot of viewing the northern lights could be from a camera, but we'll let you know if the flares actually reach us. A reminder that those solar storms have to hit a pinpoint dot in the sky in order to hit us directly, for how far away and how small the Earth is compared to the sun. Bigger picture, that cold front swept through, high pressure moving in again, and we'll see a return to quiet conditions. Our next chance of rain, if anything, will be Friday night as another cold front moves through our area. For today, though, dense fog lifts, sunshine moves in, high temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s. Great outdoor weather today. Tonight, clear skies to partly cloudy skies, lows in the 40s, back into the 60s and 70s by tomorrow with dry conditions, and again, chance of a light shower as that front moves over our area. But Saturday, after a cool start, it's a cool afternoon, but pleasant, sunny. You couldn't ask for a better start to an October weekend for Saturday as well as Sunday. Dry weather for most of the next 4 days. And following that, we'll see a little bit of a cool down heading into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. High temperatures only in the low 60s, upper 50s. And notice there on the screen, keep an eye on Tuesday night, low of 39 degrees. It's going to be pretty chilly in some spots and potentially some frost in the higher elevations. So we'll keep you posted on those frost chances as we get more information and the days do get closer. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Residents in the small community of Little Germany
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And for those of you out there who enjoyed that little bit of rain, we're not going to have any for a while now.
Yeah, rain came to an end. We're still looking at a foggy start today, but sunshine moves in this afternoon. Looking forward to that. But yes, early this morning, heading out to work, budget a few extra minutes for your morning commute. As this is a live look in downtown Utica right now, areas of dense fog have formed in the Mohawk Valley, extending as far as, I would say, even Canajoharie. I'm looking at some of the satellite feeds off camera right now. Southern valleys, I would say more so heading towards the area of the valleys near Norwich, Oxford. The clouds have been thick enough in Oneonta where the fog isn't nearly as widespread and thick. But as you can see here, some locations right here, as you mentioned, in the Chenango County area and in Oneida County with near zero visibility. So a heads up heading out this morning, you could encounter some pretty dense fog. 40s to start your day today, and the radar picking up on that inversion, but otherwise dry weather across the board. That morning fog lifts and we'll see sunshine move in today with temperatures warmer than yesterday, up into the upper 60s, low 70s. And this kicks off a great stretch of weather heading into not only tomorrow, but also potentially the weekend. We'll let you know how long that lasts and if a cool down is on the way straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. North Carolina officials say critical supplies are now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone. Good morning. The time now is 6:11. We're getting you set to head out the door this morning. The latest conditions on the Munson CommuteCast. First off, live look in Old Forge. There's some areas of fog forming. Temperature at 43 degrees. It's a cool start. One of our sky watchers in Inlet Sean reporting 39 degrees. So it's a bit chilly up in the North Country early today. Downtown Utica, temperature 49 with areas of dense fog. Again, heads up this morning. Might want to budge an extra few minutes heading to work. Cooperstown, same story. Foggy start, but with the cloud cover still lingering in parts of Oneonta, the fog was a bit delayed, but now it's starting to move back in again with a temperature of 48 degrees. Traffic tracker this morning. We got an incident to report out near Vienna, a deer-involved crash on Route 49 at Pine Road. And matter of fact, this other icon just popped up before we even went on air. It looks to be a stalled vehicle on a ramp on 5S, so nothing major for that. But again, today, temperatures starting out in the 40s with areas of dense fog, warming up this afternoon into the 70s with plenty of sunshine. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Now to a consumer alert. Hannaford is removing some fresh
Weather spoil your day. Tune in for the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, brought to you by Munson. Visit Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. Visiting Munson and the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, both free and both Utica's very own. Remember, all roads lead to Munson.
This portion of News Channel 2 is brought to you by PJ Green.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get to the forecast today, I mentioned this in the past hour or so, but I want to share with you for the 6 o'clock hour the numbers from Hurricane Helene, which regarding the death toll are pretty staggering. And I want to emphasize that as of now, Helene is the deadliest hurricane to strike the U.S. since Katrina. Death toll 190 and rising. Of course, Katrina was catastrophic. Over 1,000 people lost their lives, but the Helene has still been a devastating impact for a lot of the Southeast. And my thoughts go to not only people directly affected by it, but indirectly affected by it as well. And again, this is something that you don't want to have happen, but it's the way Mother Nature decides sometimes to bring the wrath of strong storms, strong winds, and strong rain. So for now, it's almost a certainty. We'll have to see how it pans out. There will probably not be another Helene named storm in the near future. That name is likely to be retired. Back to the forecast. Again, this morning, it's a foggy start today. Watch out for some dense pockets here and there, and budget a few extra minutes heading out the door this morning. 48 with fog at Griffiths and Rome. Refreshing humidity today. It'll feel like a very comfortable October day across the board. Radar is picking up on that in low-level inversion near the surface, but that inversion is expected to lift as more warm temperatures move in as we head into the afternoon. So again, foggy start today. Watch out for some dense pockets. That fog gradually lifts by the mid to late morning. And so today, high temperatures climb as high as the upper 60s, low 70s. A great afternoon with plenty of sunshine, dry weather, almost the opposite of yesterday. And with the clear skies possible tonight, a heads up, there's a G3 or level 3 out of 5 solar storm that's going to be approaching the Earth. Whether it directly hits us or not, that's a question we have to wait for until it directly hits us. But the storm is there, and if it does take place, this is the extent we're likely to see the northern lights. Very faint, but visible to the naked eye. I mean, low light pollution, looking very hard, and probably the best bet for even seeing the northern lights would be from a phone camera that can pick up longer exposure times. But regardless, we'll keep you posted throughout the day today on how that trends. Bigger picture, high pressure continuing to push into our area, creating quiet conditions, plenty of sunshine. Our next weather maker will be potentially a light overnight shower Friday. That's really about it. But again, today, patchy, dense fog lifts, sunshine moves in this afternoon, and high temperatures climb into the low 70s. Your 7-day forecast, a great day Friday, potential for some overnight light rain Friday night. Saturday and Sunday, beautiful days for the weekend. Have any plans seeing some of the fall foliage up north? Great for that. But also want to note the overnight low Tuesday night, 39 degrees. We're not expecting to see any frost in the Mohawk Valley, but we could see some in the higher elevations. We'll keep you posted. Gary?
A nice 4-day stretch.
Yeah, pretty pleasant. Great into the weekend, too. Great timing.
That's for sure. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready for another nice, long stretch of sunshine and warm temperatures here in the fall.
Yeah, the rain moved through yesterday. That was an outlier. Sunshine moves in this afternoon and continues into the next few days. So we got great weather ahead. But again, before we get to that, though, a heads up heading out this morning, budget a few extra minutes on that morning commute. Let's take a look in downtown Utica right now, where there is some dense fog, pockets of dense fog. This has been the site of downtown Utica for the past 2 or so hours. Even in the overnight, it's been a very foggy start to the day today. Visibility near zero, especially as you head down into Shenango County. The cold front, the lingering clouds were still moving eastward at the time overnight, so Oneonta wasn't nearly as foggy. Now the fog is starting to form down in some parts of Otsego County. But dense fog reported from Binghamton all the way up to Rome, as far to the west as Ithaca. And we'll see temperatures in the 40s this morning with dry conditions climb into the upper 60s, low 70s this afternoon with a lot more sunshine. So again, yesterday's rain and cool weather was an outlier. We're back to warmer temperatures and sun for the near term. We'll let you know how long this lasts, if it continues into the weekend, plus if this warm weather will be turning a bit more cold. We'll talk about, of course, all that and more in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. President Biden and Vice President Harris touring the
TV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Thursday morning. Thank you for waking up with us here early today. And as we take a look at our photo of the day, this one was a great photo sent in to us from Verona Beach. Of course, Verona Beach always gets those amazing sunsets. Not too often in our area can you get a lake, a decent size like Oneida Lake, and of course with the gorgeous conditions out there with the sunset and a beach visitor. I think he's photobombing right there, but it's a great silhouette in front of a picturesque sunset right there. So amazing photo. If you want to submit a photo like this one, fall photos as well. We're still entering peak foliage season in some parts of our area. Send your fall photos to the link right there on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics, for a chance to have your photo featured right here on Sunrise, showcased on our social media platforms as well. And of course, include your name if you wish to receive credit. We're calling all photographers from amateur all the way to professional. Well, this morning, it's a quiet start. No rainfall at this point, but it's foggy in some spots. Temperatures in the 50s and 40s. Definitely a little cool out there. Might want to wear that light jacket early this morning, but by this afternoon, we'll go up into the 70s. So sunshine expected. Great day today. How long will that last? We'll talk about those rain chances looking ahead in the full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Scientists are calling it a mini moon, but
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Thursday, we are starting out with areas of dense fog, pockets of fog in most of the lower valley locations. Downtown Utica right now. Again, here's a look outside. Heading out this morning, I do recommend budgeting a few extra minutes for your morning commute to make sure you have time to get to work in case you do encounter some denser pockets here and there. It's not too bad in downtown right now, but in some other outlying areas, it gets a little bit more dense, especially near those river valley locations. Sitting at 48 degrees in Utica, 48 in Rome with refreshing humidity. We're entering the fall season where, of course, this is a lot more common or less likely to see very humid or even tropical conditions this late in the year. Live up at the radar, the inversion starting to lift a little bit. Usually you can see the inversion in our atmosphere based off of the radar blooms, the green interference. But with that inversion lifting, that fog will gradually lift as well, starting out, again, a bit dense this morning, lowering as we head into the mid to late morning. Those temperatures today climb as high as the upper 60s, low 70s, so warmer than yesterday, more dry than yesterday. You know, I mentioned the rain chances. It was a light drizzle for most of the day yesterday, but no rain chances expected today. Sunshine moves in, and with clear skies possible tonight, I'll give you guys a heads up of the potential of viewing the northern lights. G3 storm is predicted, level 3 out of 5, which isn't extremely strong, but it's enough to where if we get a direct hit from one of the solar storms, that we could actually see a faint glow in the northern sky. Again, move away from light pollution and it will be faint. The best way to see the northern lights will be through a camera with longer exposure, but we'll let you know how it pans out because, again, it's like a needle in a haystack. It's very difficult to have a direct hit of a solar storm here on Earth. Bigger picture, high pressures moving in following that cold front. We're dry and sunny for today and most of tomorrow. Tomorrow night, a cold front moves through once more. This will bring the potential for a light shower heading into the overnight hours, but following that, Saturday trending pretty nice. Valley fog burns off this morning. Sunshine moves in this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. Clear skies to partly cloudy skies tonight. And then tomorrow, sunshine, highs, upper 60s, low 70s. 7-day forecast. Aside from some overnight light sprinkles Friday night, Saturday it's cool, slightly breezy, but sunny. Same thing for Sunday, a little warmer. Rain on Monday, then comes a cool down. We're keying on Tuesday night. That looks to be the coolest night of the next several, a low of 39 degrees. Some higher elevations could see some frost. We'll, of course, let you know how that pans out. Gary?
welcome to October.
Here it comes. We're entering frost season.
Yeah, it's coming. Eric, thanks. Residents in the small
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Before we get to the forecast today, I want to quickly touch upon the latest trends regarding the death toll in the southeast of the U.S. Very difficult subject to bring up because, again, there's this catastrophic situation taking place down in the southeastern U.S. Helene is now the deadliest hurricane since Katrina. Death toll sitting at 190 plus. There are still more areas that need to be searched, so that's likely to rise. Still nowhere near Katrina's death toll, thankfully, but again, we're entering numbers that are just difficult to talk about. So again, our thoughts are with a lot of folks either directly or indirectly affected by the hurricane. Friends and family you may know, and to the south. Again, this is a very difficult thing to talk about, and what the main thing is that this storm will likely be retired. There will probably not be another Helene named storm in the future based off of the World Organization that does describe those names. Though this morning it's a foggy start after the overnight, or at least the yesterday's rain showers and overnight clear skies created the prime conditions for radiative cooling and fog, dense fog in some spots. That fog will lift as we head throughout the morning and into the afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. Temperatures climbing as high as the low 70s with no rain chances. 0% chance for this afternoon with gorgeous weather across the board. Now, as we're talking about skies clearing, especially into tonight, there is a G3 storm expected, solar storm, which is a level 3 out of 5. And with the northern lights, you have a G3 storm. You can see how far south some of these lights can go. Now, we won't know for certain if we'll start to see them until the event starts to begin, because again, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. A surge of energy coming from the sun has to directly hit a needle pinpoint out in the sky that's planet Earth. So for now, this is the potential northern lights extent, which means that you still could see it. It'd be faint in the sky as you face the northern sky for now, but if it's faint, you can actually see it a lot clearer with a camera that has longer exposure. But reminder, look north and away from light pollution. But back to the forecast. Got high pressure in place today following that cold front exiting to the east. That'll bring with it plenty of sunshine and dry weather until roughly Friday night. A secondary cold front moves through. That'll bring the chance for a light shower again Friday night and early Saturday morning, but then we dry out again. Valley fog burns off this morning. Sunshine this afternoon. High temperatures upper 60s, low 70s. By tonight, we'll see partly cloudy, mostly clear skies, lows in the 40s. Tomorrow, same story. Quiet conditions, highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. Then overnight, that cold front will roll through, maybe a light sprinkle. But then it's going to be breezy and cooler for your Saturday. I would say maybe flannel weather, 60s and sunshine, but overall a pretty nice Saturday. Following that, Sunday also shaping up nicely. For those of you interested in going and checking out some of the beautiful fall foliage in our area, this would be a great weekend to do it. Peak fall colors in the Adirondacks this weekend. Definitely go out. Then on Monday, rain showers roll through. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're cooling down. Highs only in the upper 50s. And that sets the stage for a cooling trend. And while we're speaking of cooling trends, take a look at Tuesday nights. Overnight low of 39 degrees. Most of the Mohawk Valley will be frost-free, but some higher elevations could see some frost. We'll keep you posted on that.
This is New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Before we get to the forecast today, I want to quickly touch upon the latest trends regarding the death toll in the southeast of the U.S. Very difficult subject to bring up because, again, there's this catastrophic situation taking place down in the southeastern U.S. Helene is now the deadliest hurricane since Katrina. Death toll sitting at 190 plus. There are still more areas that need to be searched, so that's likely to rise. Still nowhere near Katrina's death toll, thankfully, but again, we're entering numbers that are just difficult to talk about. So again, our thoughts are with a lot of folks either directly or indirectly affected by the hurricane. Friends and family you may know, and to the south. Again, this is a very difficult thing to talk about, and what the main thing is that this storm will likely be retired. There will probably not be another Helene named storm in the future based off of the World Organization that does describe those names. Though this morning it's a foggy start after the overnight, or at least the yesterday's rain showers and overnight clear skies created the prime conditions for radiative cooling and fog, dense fog in some spots. That fog will lift as we head throughout the morning and into the afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. Temperatures climbing as high as the low 70s with no rain chances, 0% chance for this afternoon with gorgeous weather across the board. Now, as we're talking about skies clearing, especially into tonight, there is a G3 storm expected, solar storm, which is a level 3 out of 5. And with the northern lights, you have a G3 storm. You can see how far south some of these lights can go. Now, we won't know for certain if we'll start to see them until the event starts to begin because, again, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. A surge of energy coming from the sun has to directly hit a needle pinpoint out in the sky that's planet Earth. So for now, this is the potential northern lights extent, which means that you still could see it. It'd be faint in the sky as you face the northern sky for now, but if it's faint, you can actually see it a lot clearer with a camera that has longer exposure. But reminder, look north and away from light pollution. But back to the forecast. Got high pressure in place today following that cold front exiting to the east. That'll bring with it plenty of sunshine and dry weather until roughly Friday night. A secondary cold front moves through. That'll bring the chance for a light shower again Friday night and early Saturday morning, but then we dry out again. Valley fog burns off this morning. Sunshine this afternoon. High temperatures upper 60s, low 70s. By tonight, we'll see partly cloudy, mostly clear skies, lows in the 40s. Tomorrow, same story. Quiet conditions, highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. Then overnight, that cold front will roll through, maybe a light sprinkle. But then it's going to be breezy and cooler for your Saturday. I would say maybe flannel weather, 60s and sunshine, but overall a pretty nice Saturday. Following that, Sunday also shaping up nicely. For those of you interested in going and checking out some of the beautiful fall foliage in our area, this would be a great weekend to do it. Peak fall colors in the Adirondacks this weekend. Definitely go out. Then on Monday, rain showers roll through. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're cooling down. Highs only in the upper 50s. And that sets the stage for a cooling trend. And while we're speaking of cooling trends, take a look at Tuesday nights. Overnight low of 39 degrees. Most of the Mohawk Valley will be frost-free, but some higher elevations could see some frost. We'll keep you posted on that.
Severe flood.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Before we get to the forecast today, I want to quickly touch upon the latest trends regarding the death toll in the southeast of the U.S. Very difficult subject to bring up because, again, there's this catastrophic situation taking place down in the southeastern U.S. Helene is now the deadliest hurricane since Katrina. Death toll sitting at 190 plus. There are still more areas that need to be searched, so that's likely to rise. Still nowhere near Katrina's death toll, thankfully, but again, we're entering numbers that are just difficult to talk about. So again, our thoughts are with a lot of folks either directly or indirectly affected by the hurricane. Friends and family you may know, and to the south. Again, this is a very difficult thing to talk about, and what the main thing is that this storm will likely be retired. There will probably not be another Helene named storm in the future based off of the World Organization that does describe those names. Though this morning it's a foggy start after the overnight, or at least the yesterday's rain showers and overnight clear skies created the prime conditions for radiative cooling and fog, dense fog in some spots. That fog will lift as we head throughout the morning and into the afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. Temperatures climbing as high as the low 70s with no rain chances, 0% chance for this afternoon with gorgeous weather across the board. Now, as we're talking about skies clearing, especially into tonight, there is a G3 storm expected, solar storm, which is a level 3 out of 5. And with the northern lights, you have a G3 storm. You can see how far south some of these lights can go. Now, we won't know for certain if we'll start to see them until the event starts to begin because, again, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. A surge of energy coming from the sun has to directly hit a needle pinpoint out in the sky that's planet Earth. So for now, this is the potential northern lights extent, which means that you still could see it. It'd be faint in the sky as you face the northern sky for now, but if it's faint, you can actually see it a lot clearer with a camera that has longer exposure. But reminder, look north and away from light pollution. But back to the forecast. Got high pressure in place today following that cold front exiting to the east. That'll bring with it plenty of sunshine and dry weather until roughly Friday night. A secondary cold front moves through. That'll bring the chance for a light shower, again, Friday night and early Saturday morning, but then we dry out again. Valley fog burns off this morning. Sunshine this afternoon. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s. By tonight, we'll see partly cloudy, mostly clear skies, lows in the 40s. Tomorrow, same story. Quiet conditions, highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. Then overnight, that cold front will roll through, maybe a light sprinkle. But then it's going to be breezy and cooler for your Saturday. I would say maybe flannel weather, 60s and sunshine, but overall a pretty nice Saturday. Following that, Sunday also shaping up nicely. For those of you interested in going and checking out some of the beautiful fall foliage in our area, this would be a great weekend to do it. Peak fall colors in the Adirondacks this weekend. Definitely go out. Then on Monday, rain showers roll through. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're cooling down. Highs only in the upper 50s. And that sets the stage for a cooling trend. And while we're speaking of cooling trends, take a look at Tuesday nights. Overnight low of 39 degrees. Most of the Mohawk Valley will be frost free, but some higher elevations could see some frost. We'll keep you posted on that.
And Eric, as you said earlier, one and done, one day of rain, and now we're back to great weather again.
Yeah, one rainy day and that's it. Sunshine across the board. That morning dense fog is lifted and it's gorgeous out there right now. Taking a live look at our tower camera, seeing a lot more colors up here on the trees here on Smith Hill. But heading into the valley, again, peak colors still about a week or so away. Across the state on the Mesnet Camera Network, we're still seeing plenty of blue skies. Still lingering clouds in some locations down south of Chenango County, but the rest of New York State, wall-to-wall sunshine. 63 the current temperature at Griffiths and Rome, 61 in Hamilton, and 58 heading up into the North Country. Radar is dry, and we'll still see dry conditions for the remainder of this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight, which could be great for potential viewing of the northern lights. We'll talk about that, plus how long this dry stretch lasts, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Down in North Carolina and other states.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We started out with dense fog in some spots. Almost felt as if it would be a repeat of yesterday, but Then that fog lifted and we're seeing nothing but sunshine. A live look in Oneonta right now. It's a 55-degree start to the afternoon, so it's not a very warm one out there, but we'll still take plenty of that sunshine. It's 64 in Utica, so it's a little warmer, about 10 degrees warmer as you head into the lower elevations into the Mohawk Valley. Radar is dry, and we're expecting a similar trend of this for the remainder of the day today into most of tomorrow. High temperatures will climb as high as the low 70s today, so it's going to be, again, a warmer day than yesterday, and we'll still see similar temperatures to this for the next 3 to 4 days before a little bit of a cool down takes place as we head into the start of next week. Now, with the conditions looking mainly clear as we head into tonight, we do have the potential of viewing the northern lights. Now, a G3, level 3 out of 5 solar storm is expected to hit us, but again, expected to, and the fact that with solar storms, they're very difficult to predict because these flares sometimes don't directly impact Earth, being that it is 93 million miles away from the sun. So for now, though, if it does start to fire up, we're likely to see at least a faint glow in the northern sky. Again, faint, so you might have to use a camera or something that can take longer exposure to view it. Normally, they're not very bright in the sky, aside from the previous one we've seen this year that was very bright. Bigger picture, high pressure moving in today, keeping things quiet. It remains dry until Friday night when another cold front sweeps through, and it could produce a light shower overnight, but that's really about it with rainfall potential. Today, that morning fog burned off. Still some pockets of lingering clouds, again, south in Chenango County, heading closer to the Binghamton area, but most of us here locally are looking cloud and fog free with plenty of sun. Tonight, we'll see partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, lows in the 40s before we climb back up into the 70s again tomorrow. And again, tomorrow evening, that's when that front rolls through. Notice some of those showers a bit faint and almost non-existent at times. And so your 7-day forecast, we got nice weather for Friday. Again, potential for that overnight rain, but we'll take a look at Saturday and Sunday. 69 and 72, plenty of sunshine. Great weather to go and check out the peak fall colors in the Adirondacks. And in the background here, I'm loading up some webcams. We can take a look at the fall foliage up in the North Country. We'll try to share them as we head into the next half hour. But overall, for what I'm seeing right now, these colors are absolutely breathtaking. I'm seeing a view right now of Whiteface. There's a camera on the summit, the highest camera in New York, over the Adirondacks, and it's gorgeous. You can see all the vibrant
And you're
reds.
working on that to show us, right?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the most technologically inclined, so
I think
bear
you
with
are.
me.
You are. Eric, thanks. Well, toilet paper, panic buy. Turn the tables, and let's talk about the weather and some good news. And it's definitely good news today.
Yes, lots of sunshine, gorgeous weather. A little on the cooler side. We're entering October, obviously, so the temperatures, we're not going to be seeing 90s and 80s all the time. But I wasn't able to get a webcam loaded up, but I was able to get a snapshot of the high peaks. This is what I was talking about behind the scenes. Take it full screen. I want everyone to see. This is the view from the highest webcam in New York State. Look at all the colors in the Adirondacks. And this is something that I'll be touching upon as we head into tomorrow and we talk more about the weekend forecast as well as the latest trends with the fall foliage. But the colors that were once muted early on, they're starting to pop out with vibrancy. I think the cooler temperatures mixed in with some rain might have something to do with it. But regardless, this is going to be a great weekend to go out and check the fall foliage, especially up in the North Country. Cavvy Tower camera overlooking the Mohawk Valley. We are, of course, seeing blue skies, some color here and there, and sunshine for most of our area. Clouds still departing in areas to the south and west near Sherburne and parts of Chenango County. But sunshine for most of central New York, dry as well. And the next 12 hours favor plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the low 70s. We'll take a look at that foliage forecast plus what we can expect regarding the northern lights chance tonight in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Right now, News Channel 2's Jolene Ferris has more.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. After a foggy start today, we are looking at more sunshine than clouds for most of central New York. Live look at Oneonta right now. Puffy cumulus clouds, but overall a pretty pleasant afternoon starting to shape up. Radar right now is looking dry. We're expecting dry conditions for the next 24 hours, and then potential for rain as we head into tomorrow night, but that rainfall is not looking to be all too impressive, more so isolated sprinkle. Regarding the northern lights tonight, so plus side, we have skies clearing, so no overcast. A G3 geomagnetic storm, a level 3 out of 5, basically means that it's a stronger storm, enough to produce northern lights to this extent right here. But again, we have to wait for it to arrive before we can see how it's going to be shaping up, because these events are extremely variable. Sometimes they overperform, a lot of times they underperform. And so just a heads up with a solar storm heading our way that you could have potential of viewing it tonight if you have any free time to check it out. It will be a bit difficult to view with your naked eye, as the colors will be faint, a faint green glow as it usually see, but you'll get more vibrant colors if the solar storm does pan out by using cameras with longer exposure time. We're talking about a great weekend to go out and check out the fall foliage in North Country. We're talking about peak colors in the Adirondacks, no longer just isolated to the high peaks. Between 80% and 100% of the leaves are starting to change up there, and it's overall the vibrancy of the colors is getting a lot more colorful compared to the muted colors we were getting reports of about a week or so ago. So again, the weather's looking great, the conditions looking great, and overall this would be a great weekend to go up and check it out. Bigger picture, high pressure moving in for now, keeping things quiet and dry. Cold front arrives Friday night, but doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with, and it's very weak, so we're not expected to see too much in terms of precipitation. Regarding on our Skycast, sunshine today, temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. Following that, we're down into the 50s and 40s tonight with partly cloudy, mostly clear skies. Some isolated patches of fog forming, but nowhere near as widespread as early this morning due to that rainfall on Wednesday. Then, by tomorrow afternoon, pleasant day, temperatures in the 70s. That front moves through overnight, and then as we head into Saturday,
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This station is testing equipment that can quickly warn you in the event of an emergency. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
low of 39 in the Mohawk Valley. It could get colder in the higher elevations to near frost type levels. So we haven't had a whole lot of frost chances over the past month or so, but we'll keep a close eye on that.
And I know earlier this morning you were mentioning 39 up north this morning, so it's getting cooler up there early.
Yes, getting cooler, and we're seeing that trend start to take shape. We're in October now. Welcome.
Eric, thanks. Well, this political season, election workers are facing...
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Gorgeous day out there today.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous day. Looking at lots of sunshine. Again, that's going to stick around into the start of the weekend. Let's take a look at what's going on. Nice and dry. We had a lot of fog this morning as expected, but that fog has burned off. And again, it's just been a lovely day. Things are looking quiet here for the rest of this evening. Current temperature 68 degrees. It's been a warm and generally sunny afternoon. And we will see a clear sky for this evening. And we do have the chance of spotting the northern lights. There's going to be a geomagnetic storm which could create the chance to spot the lights. I'll let you know what times are most likely for that locally coming up in just a bit. Beautiful stretch of weather continues as we head into the weekend. We're also going to take a look at the fall foliage and where the best places to see the leaves would be this weekend. Some cooler weather does arrive as we head into early next week. Beautiful evening, temperatures in the 60s, tracking some nice weather heading into the weekend. A look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
As communities in the path of Helene struggle.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening, a beautiful day. Starting out with a lot of fog, but it's been just a gorgeous afternoon. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Really nice weather to kick off October. It's been just a continuation of the nice weather that we've seen over the past several weeks. We've had a great, enjoyable stretch of weather here. That will eventually change. We do see an end to the warm weather, at least the above average temperatures that we've been enjoying in the extended outlook. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. We are anticipating the possibility of northern lights tonight. Solar storm is expected to arrive around midnight. It could be 11 o'clock to midnight or so. And the current forecast does predict a moderate amount of activity, which could produce the northern lights here. It takes a lot of luck and a lot of patience to be able to see these. And again, the general idea here is that the best time would be between about 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. We've seen lots of surprises with graphs like this. Space weather is still a very new science, but this is kind of an idea. There will also be more chances to watch this over the next couple of days. The sun shut off another large flare today, which will take about 2 to 3 days to arrive, so this could give us more opportunities to see this into the weekend, and we'll keep you posted. The sun has been in the middle of the peak solar activity. It happens about every 11 years. West Berlin, 69 degrees, Westerville, 73. Little Falls, 71. Across the Southern Valleys, Sherburne, 70 degrees. Oneonta, 64. Cooperstown, 69. We've got high pressure driving our weather, but we are also watching some subtle changes to the west. There's a very weak cold front producing some clouds. That will be arriving tomorrow night. A couple of sprinkles and really not much of a change in weather with it. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. So it will be a cooler night compared to the past several nights. Beautiful day Friday, sunshine. Some high clouds start to arrive late in the day. Temperatures climb into the low 70s. Partly cloudy skies Friday night. A sprinkle is possible. And the weather looks to clear out for Saturday. It looks beautiful Saturday afternoon. Nice start to the weekend. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Clear skies tonight, 47 for the overnight low. Beautiful day tomorrow, increasing clouds, a high temperature of 75. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Lovely weather continues into the weekend. Temperatures near 70 both Saturday and Sunday. We do have a weather maker Monday that produces some light showers. And more importantly, a big change in the weather pattern. It is looking a lot cooler, breezy, with highs in the 50s during the day. You can see the overnight lows will be in the 30s Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
I love the video of the colors behind the 7-day.
We're dressing it up.
I guess so. Bill, thank you.
More people in. Let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We're going to call you the Picture Man.
Hey, we're getting a lot of great photos from our viewers. This picture from Todd in Old Forge. The leaves are approaching peak color, and this should be a great weekend to head into the Adirondacks, Old Forge, Lake Pleasant, Lake Placid, Saranac Lake. These are all areas that will be near peak. The early reports have confirmed that the fall colors are not quite as vibrant as last year. Last year was a fantastic year, so it's hard to compare anything to last year, but the colors are still looking pretty nice, and the weather should be great to do that this weekend. Temperatures are going to stay above average for the next couple of days, but we do have some cooler weather in sight. Beginning Monday, temperatures will start to drop, and it's going to be much cooler here heading into early next week. Taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it looks great weather-wise. Sunshine, comfortable, temperatures in the 60s. Tonight's featured dog Pongo from St. Johnsville. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Again, tracking some nice weather ahead, and also a look at the best times to look at the northern lights tonight. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. October is Italian Heritage Month, and today
It is my pleasure to introduce our new weekend meteorologist here at WKTV, James DeFazio.
Thank you so much.
Born and raised in Utica.
Yes. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, James.
Been in Central New York my entire life. Bounced back and forth between Utica and New Hartford, but have been in the local area my entire life. Absolutely love watching how crazy our weather patterns can get and how volatile our weather patterns can become. But no matter what the season, there's always something entertaining going on with weather in Central New York.
So when did you know that you wanted to be a meteorologist?
Probably when I was about 4 years old. I don't know exactly what it was. My parents said that I just kept watching the Weather Channel. I would do fake forecasts for no reason. Asked Santa for a shovel and a yardstick when I was 4, which I think kind of scared my parents a little bit too, as nice as that was. But no, I've always just found it absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, and so, you know, being local, being homegrown, you've experienced a lot of the same weather that we have over the past couple of decades. What are some of the things that stand out in your mind, you know, the things that you remember the most, things that have gotten you excited the most in terms of individual weather events?
Personally, the passion really started to burn from winter weather. Maybe Christmas Day 2002 was probably my first real shock, where, you know, we got more snow than I was tall. And I was amazed by it, and it fascinated me, and I wanted to know everything about it. Started watching the news after that. But all of February 2007, the Valentine's Day storm of 2007, you can't forget about Superstorm Stella. That those numbers, we may never, let's hope we never see those numbers again. But because of that, I have to go with Stella as being the most impressive. But it's not what originally laid the passion. The passion was there much earlier.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of us have the same similar stories to share. Just real quickly, what do you do for fun aside from weather?
All things outdoors. I love playing sports. I love hiking. I love fishing. Absolutely love to fish. If you got any spots for me, let me know. I'm not very good, but I do love to go. Salmon season has started. I prefer to ice fish, actually, more so than anything else. I do like to get out there in the winter time. Big football fan, big Mets fan. Oh, let's go Mets.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us, James. You can catch James.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can catch James on the weekends, weekend morning show, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on WKTV, as well as the 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock shows Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes, very excited.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Beautiful day today. Nice and warm and sunny, and we are looking forward to another nice one tomorrow, as well as the weekend before things start to change. A live look in Oneonta. Temperature of 64 degrees. A couple of high clouds starting to work in. But again, turning out to be a very nice day, and the colors are still, well, we're still waiting on colors for many areas, although we are going to be seeing some pretty significant changes here over the next couple of weeks. Northern Lights, again, possible viewing tonight, best time right around midnight. There's a lot of solar activity heading our way, so I think we'll have a few chances here tonight, tomorrow night, possibly even into Saturday and Sunday night too. Again, the sun is in a very active pattern. Every 11 years, we get a lot of solar activity, and we're kind of in the peak of this activity here. So, again, we'll continue to keep an eye on that. If you want to watch this, the best place to be is far away from city lights. Have a good look to the north, and I highly recommend downloading an Aurora app because a lot of this information comes very quickly and with very short times to make changes and to jump outside. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, nice and quiet. The fall colors are emerging, peak color emerging in the Adirondacks, near peak color in the higher elevations. We are a couple of weeks away from this happening in the Mohawk Valley. Everything says that this is on schedule. We're not seeing any really early or really late fall change, fall color change, but we have noticed the colors are not quite as bright this year compared to last year so far in the Adirondacks. That could be very different in the Mohawk Valley. We'll have to wait and see. Skywatchers. Bob and Clinton 64 degrees, or I should say Mike in New Hartford 64, Bob and Clinton 69, Lyman and Eaton 66, Donna in Norway 65, Stewart and Cooperstown with 67. Lovely day today. We'll get another one tomorrow with high pressure in control. But I'll look into the west, and I am noticing the very leading edge of a cold front that will be arriving as we head into Friday night. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, mostly clear skies. I think we'll see less patchy fog than what we did this morning. Temperatures will start out in the low 50s. Lots of sunshine tomorrow, a lovely day. Clouds thicken up late, high temperatures in the low 70s. Sprinkles possible tomorrow night as a weak cold front moves through. And it is cooler on Saturday, but not that much cooler. Looking at sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 60s. Looks like it's going to be chilly Saturday night with a lot of places dropping into the low 40s. Clear tonight, 47 for the overnight low. Increasing clouds tomorrow, a warm afternoon, a high of 75. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine over the weekend, temperatures near 70, both Saturday and Sunday. Showers Monday, 61. It is much cooler with highs in the 50s. Partly sunny skies Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Overnight lows in the 30s. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Another lovely day today. Lots of sunshine. It is going to be really nice here heading into tomorrow, but there will be some changes in the weather. It's dry out there this evening, a temperature of 66 degrees, sunshine, comfortable. We are going to cool off tonight. Overnight lows will get down into the 40s. We'll see much less patchy fog compared to what we saw this morning. It was pretty thick in spots. We have the chance to see the northern lights not only tonight, but over the next couple of nights. I'm going to dive into when the best time to watch tonight would be. We're also looking at nice weather going forward. Some cooler weather arrives early next week. In addition to this, we're also going to look at giving you an update on the fall colors that are emerging across central New York and the best place to go if you're looking for fall foliage this weekend. This evening, temperatures in the 60s. Again, a lovely evening ahead. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A Milford woman accused of abandoning animals, leaving many to
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. A lovely day today. It's going to lead to a nice evening and a nice stretch of weather here as we finish the work week. A live look in Utica, downtown Utica, temperature of 64 degrees. Just a few high clouds starting to show up that should lead to a really nice sunset. We are looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar with clear skies tonight and some solar energy expected. We could see the northern lights locally. There is a geomagnetic storm that could reach moderate levels around midnight or so. Looking to the north, and if you're away from city lights, you just might get lucky. You're looking for a light glow just above the horizons. You want a nice view to the north. As far as specific times go, we get a lot of questions about this. This is still a new science, so we don't want to take this too seriously, but I think the best time is going to be right around midnight. I highly recommend downloading an Aurora app. There are several out there that can give you up-to-date information because we've learned that these things can change. You can get these big spikes, and they can show up for a half an hour, and then it gets quiet for the rest of the night. So we'll continue to watch this. There will be additional chances tomorrow night, and probably over the weekend. There's some big flares that came off the sun that are heading towards Earth. And we'll continue to keep an eye on this. Fall colors, great to view. The best places to go, the Adirondacks this weekend. These areas will be at peak, and the weather should be great to do that. Still a little bit more time for the Mohawk Valley, but we are starting to see those colors change. And looking at the weather with some cooler nights ahead, I think the process is going to accelerate. Bob and Clinton, 69 degrees. Barneveld, 66. Curtis, 65. Inlet. Eric with 62, Westford, Dave 66. Pretty quiet weather for the short term, but there will be a cold front moving in Friday night. It's all the way to the left side of your screen. That could give us a couple of sprinkles and a small drop in the temperature over the weekend. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight lows in the upper 40s. Kind of a chilly night ahead, but again, clear skies, and hopefully, if we luck out, we might be able to spot the northern lights. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, lots of sunshine. There will be a cold front arriving as we head into Friday night. That brings us a few clouds, maybe a sprinkle. Temperatures will drop into the low 50s Friday night. Saturday looks beautiful, noticeably cooler with highs in the upper 60s, but still plenty of sunshine is expected. As we head into tonight, we're looking at overnight lows in the upper 40s, mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, sunshine, followed by clouds, 75 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Temperatures will be near 70 over the weekend. Showers return Monday. Much cooler weather in store as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're in the 50s during the day, but the overnight lows become important because when we're in the 30s, we could be seeing some patchy frost. We will keep you posted as we get closer.
My mums are going to die.
They might.
I lost one already.
Oh, cover them. You only have a few, right? Maybe she has more than a few. We're going to hear from the Utica Comets tonight. Let's look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. So we were hoping for northern lights tonight. Not looking good, though.
I got an update from the Space Prediction Weather Center. The energy that was supposed to come tonight to get this process started, it looks like it's going to happen tomorrow morning. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay there. That doesn't mean we're not going to be able to see them, just not tonight. I don't think it's worth going out and staying up late tonight to try to catch a glimpse of these.
Get some sleep, get up early.
Yeah, get some sleep. We'll try this again tomorrow night. We'll try this again Saturday night because, again, more pieces of energy are on the way. In fact, the sun just shot off another really big flare today, which would be arriving for the end of the weekend. So, again, we'll just continue to keep an eye on that. Our weather headlines, not as foggy tonight. We're looking at some drier weather, some sunshine tomorrow. I have an update on the fall foliage, what we can expect as we head into the weekend. Temperatures are cooling off. It's dry out there. Live look at the Airfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperatures already down into the low 50s. Clear skies will make it into the 40s here tonight. Probably a good night to close the windows, to keep the house from cooling off too quickly here. We've got, again, a nice finish to the end of the work week here. Look at the forecast coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a mixed verdict.
Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're taking a live look at downtown Utica. Another nice night. It is cooler tonight than the last couple of nights at this time. We're sitting at 53 degrees. Clear skies. We will not see the type of fog and the thickness of fog that we saw earlier this morning for tomorrow morning. But we can't rule it out in a couple of areas. This is a live look at the Airfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Now, like mentioned at the top of the show, the northern lights not really materializing tonight. The energy looks like it's going to arrive tomorrow morning, which doesn't help us because we want to have that happen at night. We do have a chance of seeing this Friday night as well as Saturday night. This geomagnetic storm looks like it's going to last for a couple of days, and I think there will be some opportunities to do this going forward. The one problem about going forward is that we're not guaranteed a clear night tomorrow night. We're going to have some clouds in the way, not completely overcast, but some clouds to contend with. Saturday night does look better. I don't think we'll be dealing with that. We should have some clear weather for that. Take a look at this beautiful photo from Gerald Master in Fairfield. We've got the sun. We've got a sundog right here. We've got another sundog on the other side. When you have the right ingredients in place, the right high clouds, you can see two of them on both sides of the sun as it sets. So that's a pretty cool shot. Fall foliage, we are looking at near peak color for a lot of the higher elevations. Peak color in the Adirondacks expected this weekend. It will take a little bit longer for the colors to emerge in the Mohawk Valley, but as is every year, this is the time where things start to accelerate. We really start to see those colors coming out. Bigger picture shows quiet weather tonight, tomorrow. This is going to be our next weather maker, northern Michigan. There's some clouds and showers. That is a very weak cold front that will be arriving as we head into Friday night and Saturday. Mostly clear tonight, overnight lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, beautiful temperatures in the low to mid 70s. A couple of clouds start to arrive Friday evening and Friday night, and again, a couple of passing showers with them. We start out Saturday morning dry with sunshine. It looks beautiful as we head into Saturday afternoon. Slightly cooler with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Clear tonight, 47 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, 75. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Temperatures near 70 Saturday and Sunday, a beautiful weekend ahead. The weather starts to turn Monday, cloud showers 61, and it's kind of chilly here in the 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with overnight lows in the 30s. And most of you probably won't be turning on your furnace, but it is a good idea to get it checked out and start thinking about that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Just had mine done, and now's the time before they get really swamped, and
Yes.
then you're at the end of the line.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, hundreds of cats and dogs. For our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Okay, so we talked a little bit about 10. Northern Lights, not a good sight tonight, but you're not ruling it out the rest of the week.
Yeah, there is something that's changed. The energy that we were expecting to happen tonight looks like it's going to be delayed until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Which means that if you're trying to see this tonight, I don't think you're going to have any luck. However, bad news for tonight could be good news for tomorrow night as well as Saturday, because this is expected to be a long-duration storm, a geomagnetic storm that is, and that means we have the chance to see them Friday night and Saturday night. But again, tonight, if you were out trying to look for these and you couldn't find them, you didn't miss anything. Again, we'll have more opportunities as we move along. Not as foggy tonight. Clear skies, sunshine returns tomorrow. The weather looks nice heading into the weekend. I have a look at the fall foliage forecast coming up. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it looks pretty quiet across the region. Temperatures are cooling down. We're sitting at 51 degrees, clear skies, light winds. And tonight, we're expecting overnight lows to fall into the upper 40s across the area. So a cool night ahead. We've got a really nice forecast heading into the weekend. Look at that is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a mixed verdict for
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is cooling off quickly tonight. We're sitting at 51 degrees, and we have a lot less fog out there tonight than we did at this time last night. And I think we'll see the same tomorrow morning. Some patches of fog, but not as extensive or as thick as what we dealt with earlier this morning. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry across the region. As you mentioned earlier in the show, the northern lights tonight are not expected to be visible, with energy arriving late tonight and early tomorrow. But tomorrow night, as well as Saturday night, we have at least the chance to see these. Again, we're expecting a lot of solar activity to arrive tomorrow, and this could last into tomorrow night as well as Saturday night. So again, there are still some opportunities to check this out. Just, again, tonight, it's very not worth your time. Again, the odds are very low, and I just checked the latest with that, and there's not really a lot of solar activity happening now. What we saw earlier today was pretty neat. This was in Fairfield. We have a sundog to the left of the sun and a sundog to the right. These high clouds providing the necessary conditions for this. The sundogs are brightness around the sun that's caused by reflection of ice crystals. And a big thank you to Gerald for taking this picture. Also some cows in that photo as well. If you are looking to get out and enjoy the fall colors this weekend, the place to go, the Adirondacks. They are at peak and now. That's the most colorful place in our area. If you don't want to drive, just wait another week. The colors will start to make their way into the Mohawk Valley over the next week to week and a half. And with the cooler weather that we're projecting in our future, we should see this changeover happen pretty quickly. Radar and satellite image showing pretty quiet weather. We're going to enjoy sunshine again tomorrow, but this area of cloud cover in northern Michigan, that's going to be our next weather maker for tomorrow night. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight, overnight lows in the upper 40s. Sunshine tomorrow, again, a beautiful day. Some cloud starts to show up late in the day, high temperatures in the low 70s. A brief round of showers arrives tomorrow night, part of a cold front. It's very weak. By Saturday morning, clear skies, sunshine on Saturday. Looks beautiful Saturday afternoon, with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Clear tonight, low temperature 47. Tomorrow, beautiful day, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid 70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast.
Oh, look at those leaves.
Looking at,
Great background. I love it.
thank you to Dr. Eric Gage for that. Sunshine here Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures near 70, showers on Monday, much cooler weather Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. He is not a doctor. We always tease him about that all the time.
We
He's
do.
a very smart,
Yeah, he is.
very smart man.
The good
yeah.
doctor's sleeping right now because he's got a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
work to do
going to be
tomorrow.
up in a couple hours.
Couple hours. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next.